Is the light too bright in the back? Would you guys prefer dark or just let me know? Let me know how you guys prefer. All right. Hi, Sotonar. Hello, Shadow of a Hawk. Hello, Cristobal. Hello, Samayel. Hello, BTK. Hello, Yakub. Hello, Beak. Hello, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. And I'm sorry for the people I missed. But you said, what am I watching on the television? I'm watching Cityscapes. City boy. I'm joking. No, I'm watching Cityscapes. It's I like to watch the cities in the night. You guys know I'm obsessed with nighttime, and I'm not joking. There's something about daytime that really bothers me to my soul, and people think I'm joking about that just to be funny. It's not funny. And there's people who actually live like that, and I've gone to the doctor about that, about my sensitivity to the sun and all of that, and the fact that I'm blind. And they're like, oh, well, sometimes that happens. There's actually a condition, and it's called something, but I forgot what it's called because who cares what it's called. But yeah. So they said it's some kind of condition where some people cannot deal with light. Some people cannot handle sunlight. Sunlight makes me tired, makes me lethargic. It gives me headaches, makes me irritable. And yeah, but when the moon comes out or when it's dark, not even the moon, but when it gets dark, my energy just skyrockets. My energy goes up. I feel a lot better. My appetite returns. I get my appetite back because a lot of times in the daytime, I'm not hungry. And so, I mean, there's a huge impact on me. And I don't know if some of you guys are like that, but there's a huge impact on me, the daylight versus the nighttime, whatever. And yeah, so, and I've always been that way, always been like that since little. I was like that. So, except werewolf, can you guys stop? It doesn't have to be something mystical. It's just steak gang. What are you talking about? What steak? I don't understand what you guys are talking about. Hi, Thomas. He says, Happy Polish Independence Day. The Polish are very based. In case you guys don't know, Polish people are very based. You do not want to, you never heard of any nonsense in their country. Want to know why? They're based people. You never hear of anything bad in their country. Excel vampire. Here we go. Okay. All right. So, what do you mean Trump steaks? He said, I'm always hungry and always angry. I can't really comment. Right, guys. So, all right. So, here we go. Today, I wanted to speak to you guys about a subject, and this subject is regarding women, right? But this is a different type of subject today that we typically don't have. This is going to be a court. It's going to be a court appearance that we're going to look at, if you guys don't mind. This is a court appearance, and these are two people. The woman is seeking a protection order against this man, her, I guess, ex-husband, and she's seeking a protection order. And she's going to state the reasons why she wants this protection order. She shows evidence, supposed evidence, Anyway, and then I want you guys to see. I don't know why my voice is bad. Hold on, guys. Let me cough. But yeah, she's going to seek a protection order from this man, her husband, or possibly ex-husband. She's going to state the reasons why she believes that she needs it. And I want you guys to see the bare minimum, right? Women can ask for the bare minimum, like not the bare minimum, with very minimum evidence, right? They expect to get these things. And a lot of times they are granted this. This is the reason why she thought that this would be appropriate to ask for a protection order. But I've seen women get granted protection orders for less. But then again, I've also seen it for more too. So anyway, I see Graham. He said Graham. I'm sorry, I can't read your name, but he said, when I said tack it in that comment on the other video, that was in reference to the trial of Darrell Brooks. Oh, I see what you're saying. I was like, I did not say tack it. I said tacit because I know how to use that word properly. You said which Mr. Brooks couldn't even pronounce the word properly. He did not, right? He kept on saying, is that a part of your tacket agreement, Your Honor? It's a tacket agreement. In case you guys don't know, tacit tacit is the word that he was trying to say, and it's spelled Tacit, tacit. And tacit is just silence, basically. It just means quiet. It doesn't, it just, it's a way of saying something that's unspoken but known. Does that make sense? It's tacit. And a lot of times people will talk about things being tacit agreements, a tacit argument, a tacit. These are tacit things that you don't have to speak about. He was accusing the judge of being in a tacit agreement with some government form or what another. I don't know. Sovereign citizen nonsense jargon. That's what Darrell Brooks Jr. was talking about in that video. And unfortunately, all he did was read the word, but he was never taught how to say the word, and he really didn't know what it meant, I believe. So, yes, tacit. Yeah, you could say implied. There you go. Implied. It's silent. It's not actually said, but yeah, so it's implied, you can say. Thank you so much, BTK. But anyway, so yeah, he kept on saying tack it, tack it. It's a tack it agreement, tack it. And the judge finally said to him, she said, "Sir, I don't know what a tacit agreement is." And you know what he said? He's like, "Yeah, you know what I'm talking about." He said, "Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Judge. Don't even try to act like you don't." I'm like, he was speaking to that judge as if she were his baby mama or something. He was speaking to the judge as if that was his woman. He did not have any respect for her position as a judge. Her as a judge, and the thing is, she was also very, very lenient on him. We know the reasons why, but the thing is, there was no need to be that lenient. And I'm going on a tangent. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to go on a tangent on you guys, but don't get me started with that. Don't get me started, Graham. I'm gonna have to block you, Graham. Stop it, Graham, because I'm gonna start. You're gonna get me started, and then I'm not gonna stop. Okay, because this is something that, oh my gosh, it irritates me to no end. Graham, stop. Grounds. And do you guys know how, like, if you're in court, right, and a lawyer or an attorney objects to something, the judge has a position to say what either it's overruled or sustained, sustain or overrule. But Darrell Brooks, he was just so ignorant. Like, and I mean ignorant in the worst form. Like, he was just the type of person who thought he knew it all, so he could never be taught anything. There's one thing to be ignorant and willing to learn, and then there's Darrell Brooks. So he knew everything in the world. You can't tell him anything. And so every time the judge was sustaining an objection, listen to the word sustain, he said, "Oh, you just gonna substain? You just gonna substain?" Substain. He was so, and it's like, you hear everyone speaking normal English and you're still not catching on. Sustain. Why you sustain the objection? Oh, so you just gonna sustain all the objections? He was talking like that to the judge. Oh my gosh. I'm like, where is your, anyway. So stop it, Graham. Stop it. Stop it right now. Stop it. I'm gonna do it. Let it rip. I know. I am seriously just gonna keep going and going. Don't let me do it. Don't let me do it. Why was the judge lenient? The judge was lenient because she didn't want any chance for Darrell Brooks to be granted an appeal. So they wanted to make sure that every T was crossed, every I was dotted, so that he would not be granted an appeal in no form or another. Because his objective, that's the reason why he was being such a jack arse, is because he wanted to get the judge riled up so that she could make a mistake. And if she made a mistake, he would be granted an appeal, you know? So that's why he was doing these things. He was just doing anything to get under her skin, anything to make her either lose it or mess up in one form or another. And her patience is what drove him nuts. The fact that he wasn't able to get under her skin as he wanted to, it was driving him nuts. So he would get even more manic, more crazy, get more disruptive, interruptive, disrespectful. He took off his shirt at one point. Just nasty, disgusting behavior that I was just, I mean, and I believe that universities and colleges are going to be using the Darrell Brooks trial as an example of what narcissistic behavior is capable of for centuries to come. I believe that with my whole heart. I believe that that was just such an amazing display of what true narcissism is, not just the narcissism that people claim that their ex-husbands or ex-wives have. No, this is true narcissism. This man, if you guys don't know what he did, he took his 2003, I guess, Ford Focus, and he ran over 70 plus people in the Waukesha parade. So Waukesha has a parade every year around Christmas time to celebrate Jesus and in their city, basically. And he was fighting with his baby mama, and he got angry and decided to drive through the whole parade, hitting children, women, elderly men, elderly women, just everything. He just ran over them. And the thing is, he had no care. He was hanging out of the driver's seat of the car laughing. He at one point was hanging out so far out of his car looking back. You know how you can look back, you're driving, right? And you look back like that. So he was hanging out of the car looking back, laughing at what he had done. 6 people died, and the other 70 were injured. Of course, you can imagine the injuries. There were people with broken legs, concussions, head split open, people seizing on the ground, having seizures and stuff because of the impact. A young boy named Jackson Sparks died instantly. A lot of the elderly people died instantly as well. I mean, I'm sorry, Jackson didn't die instantly. He died 2 days later, or a few days later. But the elderly people that he hit did die instantly, and it's just horrific. It's unspeakable, right? It's unspeakable because he had plenty of chances to exit that route from that parade, but he chose to continue on and continue hitting people. I believe with my whole heart that this was a race crime. I believe this was a hate crime. I believe that he did this because they were white. Darrell Brooks was black, and had this been the other way around, had it been a white man who runs through, oh, I don't know, a Black Lives Matter parade, or any parade where the majority of the participants are black, they would have called that a hate crime. But because it's against white people, it wasn't considered a hate crime. Does that make sense? I believe it was a hate crime in my heart of hearts. I hope no one blocked Graham. I was just joking. Okay. Nobody block him. Whoever blocks him is going to get my foot so far up there. Oh, hi, Graham. There you are. Hi, Graham. He says, textbook example of cluster B personality pathology. That's a whole lot of words to say narcissism, I'm assuming. Because, yeah, it was, yeah. And I think that that is going to be used in, many universities to show what textbook narcissism looks like in the wild, in person, in effect, like right there in front of you, because most people don't get a chance to see a narcissist expose himself like that, because most narcissists will try to keep themselves contained because their image and all that. But wow, that was just such a raw exposure to it. And I didn't know what it was until I saw that the only time he cried was when he was talking about himself. When he did his opening arguments and closing arguments, he never once said sorry to the victims. He only cried when he was talking about himself and how his life is ruined and how he'll never see the light of day as a free man again. And that's the only time that he would shed a tear. Never did he care that, the people, the families, the everything. And when the people were doing their impact marks, the victim impact statements, how victims get a chance to speak before sentencing. Well, when they were doing that, he was laughing at the victims the whole time. We might actually watch some of it together if you guys don't mind. That's one of the things that I would like to do. But he was laughing, mocking them. Basically every time they said how hurt they were that they either lost family or that they were the ones who were impacted and they had to go through surgery after surgery and therapy after therapy, he would sit there and go like this. Watch this. Watch. This is his face. That's what he did at one point. I was like, oh boy, free Darrell. In my head, when I was watching that, everybody was like, lock him up for life. I was like, no. Let him free. Let him be amongst the living. I would love for the community to have a go at him. You guys are wanting the wrong thing. You guys should hope that he gets free, Because that's our opportunity, right? As soon as he comes out, he wouldn't last 3 minutes and a half if he were actually let free. He wouldn't last 3 minutes and a half by the time the community got their hands on him. There will be bonfire, people taking turns on him. No, no. Anyway, now that Graham has completely derailed me, thank you, Graham. But hi, Sierra. How are you, girl? I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? Christopher says, most are covert. Wow, I can't even imagine how these folks go through life with a clear conscience. In his closing statement, he said, my conscience is clear. That's what he said to in front of the victims that he killed and children that he ran over and so on. He said, my conscience is clear. The people of Waukesha are very good people because I don't understand how people weren't jumping over those chairs, the podium. I don't understand how people weren't, but they kept their composure somehow. And I would say that's to the grace of God. Graham says, kept tapping his hand against the empty cavity in his chest where his heart was supposed to beat. Ugh. Guys, watch that trial. If you guys want something to be angry at, I mean, that will make your blood boil for anybody who wants something to hate. We all need something to hate, don't we? And that is definitely. Okay then, guys. So let's begin. He says, I miss the days when judges would pound a gavel to demand order. They still do. There's still many old-fashioned judges that do that. But she didn't do that. And she didn't even gag him either, which is it's an option in the law. It's a legal option that you can gag a person. But I think that she didn't want the optics of a white judge gagging a black convict, I guess. And that's just how our world is today. When the person is black, you can't look like you're being too tough on them because then it looks like you're being racist. Hi, Fix. Oh, yeah, exactly. It was completely unforgivable. Dr. M says, who takes their shirt off in the middle of a court trial, but who runs over 70 people and has no remorse? I mean, think about that. How can you run over one? You understand, your car is not just driving through them. Your car is heaving up and down as if you're running over a whole line of speed bumps. Your car is heaving. At one point, he had a woman who was on the hood of his car. He slammed on the brakes to get the body off because she had already died. She died on impact. And thank goodness she did, because she was on the hood. He slammed on the brakes to get the body off and then ran over it with the right side tires. Graham, I have never seen you here before, but you are killing me. Me and you are going to have to listen. I'm not, look, Illinois versus Allen, sir. What's the lawful law, Judge? What's the lawful law? Is that lawful law? He always said that. Lawful law? Is that lawful law? And he's like, what's the law that you're doing this to me, Judge? And the judge will constantly have to say, Illinois versus Allen, sir. Illinois versus Allen. 90611, sir. 90611. That's my authority. Anyway, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, you guys just watch some of it and you guys will understand all the references that I'm making. You guys would understand what we're talking about. Graham, stop it. I have a plan today. I have a show today, okay? You're messing it up. You're killing me. Oh, I can't because that's just, oh my God, it makes my blood boil. All right. You said the S is silent in Illinois. Listen. I did not ask for an English lesson. Listen, my English is perfect. Okay, you can't tell me nothing. So it's Illinois. That's how you pronounce it, Illinois, guys. Or is Graham right, or is it Illinois? Is it really Illinois? Anyway, yeah, exactly. Everybody, welcome to the Graham Show. I love it though. I love it. I'm happy. Oh, Illinois is French. Oh, that's why it makes no sense. Those people, who taught them how to write? Who taught them how to spell? That's my question. So the French, when they were making their written language, Did they just think to themselves, let's just write things in the complete opposite way that it's spoken and see if people can figure it out? That'll be fun. Like, why should we have our language be written phonetically? Let's just make everyone guess, shall we? The people who made the written French, I have a bone to pick with you. Yes, Illinois. Illinois. Oh. What do you think about Cyrax? I don't know what that is. I think, unless somebody explains what it is, I don't know what that is. All right, so I'm going to pull up the video that I want us to see really quickly. Now, this one, like I told you guys, it is court. I like a lot of court things because of how, well, you know, what I work in. But I want you guys to see this because I thought it would be something that you guys would like. Oh, goodness, that is not what I was trying to do. Oops. Come on. Are you serious? Go to the thing. Oh, my gosh. Go to the thing. What? Come on. Why am I so dumb? I'm just so slow. I found it. Okay, here we go. It took me a second, guys, but I finally did it. All right, here we go. Shut up. Don't talk. Okay. All right. So I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see what I'm watching. Hi, 3G. You know the thing. Do you know the thing? It's the thing with the thing. All right. Let me share the screen right now. It is sharing. And here we go. Okay. Let's give a shout out to the channel, the Old Squishy Gardner. This is Old Squishy Gardner is a court channel, a court appearance or court viewing channel, I guess you could say. He uploads all of the best court. Why am I not finding the word? But all of the court appearances, hearings, and so on and so forth that are really interesting. So this is one that he uploaded a while back, but I thought it would be great to show it to you all because this woman right here in the bottom right is the woman that is going to be our main character today. So I will be quiet and let you guys enjoy.
So Ms. Smith, as you could see, or you should have seen in the preceding matter that is not finished, how we initially going to proceed. We want to give you a 5-minute introduction to be able to give us a swift background about what's going on. I'll give counsel an opportunity. You go ahead and introduce any evidence and any witnesses who have an opportunity to testify, to cross-examine those folks. He'll do any evidence or witnesses. You can cross-examine them, and then we'll conclude with a short closing. Do you understand, Ms. Smith? Please take yourself off mute as well.
Here we go.
Ms. Smith, please take yourself off mute.
Already starting off strong.
Ms. Smith, now you turned off your camera. Y'all really got to work the Zoom tools before you request to be in these hearings. It's just,
can you not hear me?
There you go. Okay.
Well,
all right.
I kept going back and forth to try to fix it. Sorry about that.
I see. So look, Mr. Allen, Ms. Smith, I'm going to get you guys both under oath. Mr. Allen.
Really quickly, I know I'm not supposed to be mean and, judge people by things that they can't control, but her voice is one of the most annoying voices. And this is even before knowing, what she's about to do. Just listening to her voice, to me, I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but her voice is one of those voices that, I'm not going to say that. I'll leave that up to Will and Chronic.
I'm not sure if you're going to testify, but I still want to get you under oath just in case, okay? So if you can go ahead and unmute.
Yes.
All right, raise that right hand. Ms. Smith, raise that right hand. Let me see him on the screen. All right. You swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and a penalty and perjury of the law.
Yes, I do.
Excellent. Mr. Allen, I'm going to ask that you place yourself on mute. Ms. Smith, the time is 7:18. I'm going to let you go to about 7:22, about 7:23. Floor is yours regarding this matter.
He's going to regret this.
Okay, what is it you want me to do?
You can tell me a little bit of background regarding the allegations that that occurred, or from this particular incident that occurred on September 23rd, 2022.
Okay, All right. So what happened was that night.
Your Honor,
Yep.
Your Honor, I just want to interrupt for 1 second to make sure that my witness isn't in this room.
Yes, I didn't know that you witnessed it. So who is your witness?
My witness is a woman named Loretta Plusser.
All right.
Okay, Your Honor.
You guys
Thank
saw
you.
her
So,
face.
Ms. Smith, thank you for that. Ms. Smith, again, the floor is again yours regarding this particular matter that happened in September.
Yes. Okay, so that night, we were all in a good mood because my friend Loretta was visiting, and I was just like playing with him and just kind of like touched like his stomach area, going, "Oh, look at it, it's a little big," and then he
Listen to this.
immediately, I don't know where this came from, just grabbed my wrist. That I had surgery on, and he knows that I can't be grabbed in any way because I'm very sensitive to pain since I had nerve disorder. And he grabbed it, and at the same time, he flung it so hard that I was instantly crying. And I screamed and said, "Why did you do that?" And then he started yelling profanity at me.
Okay, wait. Let's dissect this really quickly. So she said, hold on, wait. She said, we were having fun. We were all in a good mood. And then he grabbed my wrist. So someone grabbed your wrist. She said, he grabbed my wrist and then he flung it. And he did it so hard. But I had just had wrist surgery. So I was hurting. So imagine this. We're all having a good time. Blah, 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 blah. And then my wrist gets grabbed and it gets flung. She said he did it a few times. So there's your wrist getting flung. And then she says, I turned around and said, why did you do that? Tell me how realistic this fight sounds, because a lot of women lie about being hit. And this is one of those cases. I believe this woman is lying. Now, you guys tell me what you think. Listen to the rest of her story and tell me how realistic this sounds.
And I was just hysterical, and he was so mad and everything, and I was trying to calm him down. Then, all I did was like touch his little waist to, try to calm him down, because he was just, he's got an explosive temper, and I don't know what sets him off like this, but he's been doing that, and that was the reason why I was trying to break up with him for a while.
Okay, so she continues on and says, after he grabbed my wrist and flung it so many times, I asked him, why did you do that? And I touched his little waist, she said. I touched his little waist to calm him down. Does that even sound like a real interaction between two people? You guys are supposedly in a fight, and then you grab his waist to calm him down, and you're so scared and you're so afraid of him because he has an explosive temper, but your first instinct is to grab his waist when he's about to physically attack you. Not grab his arms, not put your hands up, not defend yourself, not cover yourself, right? Because a real battered woman would, because she knows what's coming, right? She's, but she says, I grabbed his waist to calm him down, and I was so scared. And I asked him, why did you do that? No battered woman asks, why did you do that? They know why it's happening.
And I think that was the reason why he was, being abusive, because he knew that I was about to leave him. But when I touched his waist again, that's all I did was touch, and he just immediately grabbed my wrist again and flung it. And this happened 2 more times afterwards. So I was just like in so much pain, but I didn't think about calling the police at the time because I was just afraid of him. And I told him I was, nervous around him because he gets very moody and explosive in tempers a lot. And it started happening very beginning, like only the second date, he was already yelling at me. So I was always like very terrified of him. And when this happened, I just couldn't believe it. I never had anybody, grab me and hurt me and just threw my arm like that. When I told this to the police officer, he was saying that, well, did you call the police that night? I said, no, I just didn't even know what to think. I was just trying to not, I didn't know if he was going to hurt me more. So I was actually too terrified to do anything. But when I was there to pick up my stuff after I broke up with him, that's when the police came, and I told them what happened. And he said, well, you can file what happened that night now. I'm sorry if I'm talking badly, but I'm in a lot of pain. So when I'm in pain, I tend to stutter. I apologize. So the next day when I came home,
and listen to all the stuttering. That's another telltale sign. I mean, you guys just listen to this and make yourselves attorneys of your own. Make yourselves judges of your own. Listen to this story and tell me how believable this sounds. Okay. I'll be quiet.
Home, I started to see more swelling on my wrist, and I took a picture of that. And a few days later, I had like bruise on that same wrist. And that's because when he grabbed it, he's very strong. They don't realize how strong they are.
What do you
And when
mean
he
they?
grabbed it with such force, I was just like floored by the pain. And like I said, that was something I've never expected. And I'm right now shocked my best friend is over there witnessing for him. I mean, this is unreal to me.
I got it. All right. Well, I will just stop you there because I want to make
Okay.
sure you give a sense of time. I think I have a grasp of what's going on in your
Okay.
allegations. Counsel,
Okay.
the opening statement you're free to. If not,
Your Honor, our opening statement is that it simply did not happen. Certainly didn't happen that way. And we're prepared to move forward.
all right.
Wow. So you do you guys see that? See, when a lawyer or an attorney does that to you and you give this long opening statement and they rebut with, Your Honor, she's effing lying. That's our opening statement. They are sunning you. They are basically that says a lot to a judge when a person goes from a long story, long this, and oh, I just can't believe, and all these descriptive things about the event. And then opposing counsel enters with, they're wrong. They're wrong. And we can prove it. That says a lot. She's already lost her case. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, who's been in court more times than I'd rather admit, but that is, yeah, no. All right, here we go.
Appreciate it.
That's not true.
That's not true. Miss Smith,
Okay.
is not the opportunity to say it's not true.
Okay.
The evidence will prove by probable cause if it's enough or not.
Okay.
This is not I just want to make sure everybody knows this. This is not an adjudication on the merits. This is just for probable cause. But with that being said, Ms. Smith, do you have any evidence and or witnesses that you want to introduce at this moment for us
I would love to see.
take a view?
I sent in picture to the clerk's office. You should have 2 pictures of
Let's
my
see the
wrist. As far as witness, I don't have that. Loretta was there, the one that witnessing for Mr. Allen. That was my best friend. But whatever set her off, she left that day. So I have no idea what happened to her. But one was that he hurt me so bad to the point where, I was instantly crying. And of course, he's going to deny it. I knew he would deny it.
Well, hold on. Of course. We wouldn't be here if there was not some type of response here.
All right. So here is her evidence of the event. Now take a good look at this picture. I put this on the thumbnail of this live stream. This is the picture of this woman's so-called injuries. She's saying that this was caused because a man, her ex-husband or current husband, grabbed her by the wrist, flung the wrist several times for no reason at all, for no apparent reason at all. He was just grabbing on her and flinging her wrist, because that's what men do when they want to abuse a woman. They go straight for the wrist. That's where a man abuses women the most, is the wrist. So here's her so-called evidence. Now, we all remember that she mentioned that she had gotten wrist surgery. She had just had surgery on this wrist and it was still healing, right? So surgery causes a lot of bruising as well. Okay. Now, if you know anything about a person's hands, you will know that we have fingers, right? When a person grabs you and uses force and pressure on your wrist, of course, they're going to leave fingerprints, finger marks. You're going to see a thumbprint. You're going to see fingerprints, or, you understand what I'm saying? Not fingerprints as in, the forensic fingerprints, but you understand what I'm talking about. You're going to see hand marks. There is not one hand mark here. This bruising and swelling to me looks like the healing from the surgery. Now tell me if you guys think I'm wrong, because that's what I see here. I see her using a picture of her from the surgery healing and saying that it is abuse. Let's see what else she has.
All right. Is this the photograph that you were referenced that you sent
Yes.
us?
And there should be another picture with like a yellow bruising. It's the second picture I sent separately.
I'm not sure. I'll see if I have.
The Amber Heard bruiser.
I sent that on a few days later.
All right.
I'll look for it, Judge.
All right. I was going to say, this is the only one I have. And what
really?
specifically would you like the court to know about this photograph?
That you see the swelling there when he grabbed me really hard. The pain caused the more swelling, since that wrist is already very sensitive. And when he grabbed it and flung it sideways, it caused more swelling and so much pain to the point where I couldn't stop crying.
Literally,
So
Shadow.
that's what, I'm not even shocked that he's denying, because I knew he would.
All right, well, hold on. That's fine. All right. Anything else other than this photograph? And let me see, I may have gotten another here shortly. Bear with me.
Okay.
I only seem to have this one.
Well, and that's what I'm saying, Fix. That's why I said this doesn't make sense. Like, if a man wants to beat a woman, he's not going to grab her wrist and just keep flinging it again and again and again. Grab the wrist and fling it. Grab the wrist and fling it. Look at the flick of the wrist. Look at the flick of the wrist. No, they're not going to do that. If a man wants to beat a woman, he's going to slap you. He's going to yank you. He might push you. He might kick you. But he's not going to flick your wrist again and again for what? And then, yeah. So anyway, Fix says men slap and kick. Grabbing isn't normal. I wish Brent could have slapped me once. Okay, Fix, you might need therapy there. Therapy is available for that.
Really? I wonder why it didn't get in. But it's the second picture. It has like a yellow bruising on the wrist.
but it's
area.
still evidence of the bruising of your wrist. Is that
Right. That one has yellow bruising on it.
Okay. All right. Anything else as far as evidence or testimony from anybody that you intend to introduce?
No, only Loretta was there that night, but I had no idea she was going to take on his side, but that doesn't surprise me. But whatever, I just know what happened to me.
Hold on. I don't know.
I just know what happened to me.
I got it. Counsel, now you're going to have an opportunity you're going to be cross-examined. Counsel has an opportunity to cross-examine if you don't have any other evidence or witnesses. So if you don't have any other witnesses and evidence, I'm going to leave the floor to counsel to cross-examine you.
Oh,
Okay?
yes. Please
Okay.
do. Please.
All right, counsel, this is your witness.
Yeah, Ms. Smith, you claim that this assault took place on the evening of September 23rd, 2022.
Yes.
And at that time, you'd only been dating Mr. Allen for 3 weeks?
About 4 weeks, something like that.
Okay. And you'd had complaints about Mr. Allen yelling at you.
He was scaring me, terrifying me, and he punched the wall from the like about 10 days before that.
Okay. He was terrifying me and he punched a wall, which is abuse to me. Did you guys know that men can get arrested for punching walls? Did you guys know that? Men can get arrested for domestic violence for punching walls. Men out there who get upset or angry and want to hit something that's not their wives, you're still going to get arrested for domestic violence because supposedly it's called intimidation. Like, it's threatening to the woman. Anything that makes the woman scared is considered abuse. So she's already saying, oh, he punched walls, and lucky he didn't punch her. With that voice, I'm surprised she didn't get punched, but okay.
I dropped like a soy sauce or something. Or vinegar, I'm sorry. At 4 in the morning.
Wait, I missed that the first time I'm not going to be racist. I will not be racist. I have turned over a new leaf. I am going to rewind that 3 seconds back because I need to hear the she said, I dropped like a soy sauce. I dropped like a soy sauce.
I dropped like a soy sauce or something, or vinegar, I'm sorry. At 4 in the morning, he woke up and he explosively, like completely lost his mind and saying, why aren't you sleeping? And why are you not like in bed? Instead of, thinking that I was hurt because the vinegar went everywhere and I dropped it. And that made him so angry. And it got to a point where he started punching like with force to the wall. And I was standing there like shaking with fear. So I knew that. Excuse me?
Did he punch a hole in the wall?
No, he did not, but he was punching it like several times. And I've never, ever experienced something like that. That was just terrifying. So he's got explosive temper and he was blowing like me over, but I was always scared to say anything around him. And I told him I was very nervous around him because of his temper. And then I remember like after this had happened, I was like packing up to leave. Then he started grabbing me and started crying and bawling and saying, please don't leave me. And I forgave him that time, but that was my mistake because he continued to keep doing this with this, mental abuse. And
okay, listen. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want to show women lying. And women get away with this all the time because what she's doing is doing the typical thing that like what Amber Heard did and what many women do and lying about how men are. She's using the fact that people see men's nature as violent, as aggressive, and she's using it against him in court without merit. Do you see what I'm saying? She's using that, oh, you know how men are, they don't know their strength. Did you guys hear her when she said they don't know their strength? Who is they? When you said they, who are you talking about? So, this is why I'm using this, because this is very typical of a lot of women. I want you guys to see. I want you to see what I see, and the reason why I don't believe a lot of women when they say they're being abused.
And then it turned into this way he grabbed it. And of course, he's going to tell you he didn't do it. I knew he was going to say that. But I would never, file something like this unless someone actually genuinely hurt me. He's just trying to get out of it, of course.
Well, let's talk about that. Filing it unless someone hurt you, but you didn't call the police on September 23rd.
No, because I was like in so much pain. I was like completely scared that if I did, it was going to hurt me more. I was afraid of him. I was, because he done this not once, but he grabbed it and flung it and grabbed him 3 times. And
Three times.
Right. And when the police came, when it was October the 4th, when I was there.
Well,
Look at the attorney.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
But anyways, yeah, I didn't even think about doing that because at the time I was so scared that he was going to hurt me.
Hold on, Miss Smith, just let
Right.
counsel ask you questions. Right now,
Okay.
you're being not responsive. You're just talking.
Okay, well, I thought I was still speaking. That's what I was thinking.
Well, you
So
were.
September 23rd, you were afraid of him, but you didn't leave.
No, because if I like, I couldn't leave. I didn't know. He knows that I can't drive. It was my car, but
She can't drive. You know what? I know. Don't be racist. Don't be sexist, Amira. But could be part of the reason why she can't drive, because she is a like a somebody. She is a like a somebody. Never mind. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'll stop. She's the one who's bringing all these racist stereotypes. Okay. It's not me, guys. You guys are looking at me like I'm racist. She's the one who's saying, I like a somebody. I dropped the soy sauce. I dropped the soy sauce. I dropped the soy sauce. No, come on, guys. I'm not the one. And she's the one saying, hey, no, I can't drive. I'm sorry. This is just a treat. I am just elated inside. Like inside, everything that my little racist heart likes is coming out. I'm so sorry. I will stop. Okay. I'm just saying, like a somebody.
he has to pick me up each time I go over there because of my nerve disorder. I cannot drive. He has to drive me home. That's why I couldn't
you have a
leave.
cell phone?
Yes, I had a cell phone.
Do you have Uber?
No, but I've never used Uber before, and I didn't even know how to use it at the time. And at the time, like I said, I was so scared to leave my car there even.
Yeah, right.
Call 911?
No, I didn't call 911. Like I said, I was so scared if they come, he was going to be more explosive. He just hurt me to the point.
Get her, attorney. Get her. You see how he's pulling out everything. He's like, oh, if you're so scared to get away from him, you could have Ubered 911. You could have ridden a bicycle. You could have done anything to get away. Get her. Get her, attorney.
I was, screaming and crying in pain. I don't know what he's capable of. I've never been in a situation like this because I was married to like a really sweet person, and I've never had anything like this ever happen before. But when the police came in October, they told me that I can file it now. That he
I got it. Ms. Smith, you said that you've never been in a situation like this before. Didn't you have an abusive boyfriend in New York?
No,
What?
I didn't. No, I did not have.
did?
I was never in New York. I don't know where he got that. I've never had anybody who like touched me in that way or like flung me. It doesn't matter even if I did. It doesn't justify what he did. That he hurt me and he flung my wrist. And like I said, I couldn't leave because my car's there. He has to take me back home.
Your Honor, if you'll give me 1 minute here.
Oh, that's not good. Anytime an attorney is looking through documents and saying, Your Honor, give me 1 moment, please. You know you are about to get thrown against the wall, like in a real way. You're really about to see what some abuse is right now, Miss Smith. You're going to see what some real emotional damage is. Yes. Get her.
Okay,
attorney.
if I can share my screen.
Yes.
Preferably, I don't think you can. I think you would need to send it to me.
Okay. I am going to send it. Was impeachment, Your Honor. So that's why I really didn't think I'd be sending this.
It's just honestly, it's safer that no one else has the ability just to share. If you understand.
Oh, I understand. I understand. So if you'd like, I'm happy to email it to you very quickly here.
That's fine. If you can email to the clerk. The clerk will send
Do
to
it
me
fast. Just do it and do it
Can I
fast.
ask, what is it that you're trying to do?
Hold
See,
on, Miss Smith. Hold on,
Okay.
Miss Smith.
that's none of your business. That's none of your
Do
business.
you have any other questions for her while I wait? No?
I do. Yeah, let me go to that. By the way, Your Honor, when you pull it up, I'm specifically looking for page 5, not, there's 44 pages of it, just page 5.
Okay.
Okay, so Ms. Smith, you didn't ask Loretta to leave with you that night.
Oh,
Actually, I was going to, but she was like on the phone a lot with different guys, and that's why she got angry. That I told her, you need to be careful with these people you don't know on internet, and that made her so angry that she had left. But I
remember, guys, Loretta is her best friend. Her best friends forever. We are best friends forever. That's her best friend forever, Loretta. And she never asked Loretta to take her home because apparently she was getting flung by the wrists and she was being abused. But she never asked her best friend forever to take her home. Why?
she was already talking about it with me before she even came to Georgia. She was saying, Jen, when we go over there, we're gonna pack your stuff and go. She's the one who even suggested that I leave this guy because he's not safe person to be around. She said it first. She was my best friend. So I don't know what she's doing over there talking, but she was my best friend for 10 years, over 10 years. And she said, Jennifer, you got to cut him loose. He's abusive to you.
Okay, but you wrote a letter to Greg at some point within the 4 weeks of your relationship saying, both Loretta and Sarah are very happy for me because they know how sad and broken I really was after a tragic sudden passing of David. I know that he is smiling from heaven, relieved that I have you to support me, guide my path, and protect me. You are my beautiful guardian angel, right?
Wow. Ooh, look at her face. Guys, look at her face in the still shot. Look at her face. She surprise Pikachu face. Arr, arr. How did you find that? How did you I didn't write that. That must have came from nowhere. He must have drafted it himself. I definitely couldn't write English that good. No, look at her face. Surprise Pikachu. See, isn't it funny how the tables turn? I was so afraid. I was so scared. Since the first day we met, since our second date, he was beating me. But you turned around and wrote letters to him talking about how he was your savior and that your past, I don't know, husband, boyfriend is smiling down from heaven to see that you have found happiness. Girl.
You wrote that.
That was before this happened, way before. That has nothing to do with the fact that he hurt me. That was at the very beginning when I didn't know that he was this abusive, explosive temper person.
Okay, so he's hurting you 3 different times, September 23rd, but Loretta doesn't intervene.
No, what do you mean she didn't intervene? She's the one told me that when she said, Jen, when we go over there, we're gonna pack up stuff and leave. And I told her that's what I want to do. And the very next day, we're going to leave his house together, and I was not going to come back. I just didn't tell him that. The way I broke up with him, I was so scared that I just completely cut off contact.
And okay, but instead of leaving, you were all having drinks that night.
No, I couldn't. No, this is before the when he assaulted me.
Okay, let's talk about the 23rd.
No. Before we go to the 23rd, she said this abuse started on our second date. So when she just said right now, no, I wrote that letter before all the abuse started. So what, you wrote it on the first day you met him? Really? Because you said the abuse started right off the bat on the second date. So what is it? Were you scared out of your life? Were you scared crapless? Or were you madly in love and felt like this man was a blessing to you?
That's the night I'm talking about.
Were you drinking that night?
Yes. I
can't remember. If I did, it has nothing to do with the fact that he hurts me. That has nothing to do with the fact that he grabbed my wrist and we were all in good mood. That's why I was so completely shocked that he just turned into this. He switches his mood. Like, he's got really bad mood swings. And I even suggested, Greg, you need to see a counselor because your mood goes from like fine to like get upset so fast that I'm scared to be around you.
Let me ask you another question. Now, you wrote on Facebook after you broke up with him, you would write about his alleged abuse, but you didn't mention anything physical about him grabbing your wrists.
Oh, actually, I did say that he was being abusive. I didn't want to get into the I didn't want to get into like the specifics of it.
Oh, how sweet. She was trying to protect him. She was trying to protect his honor. How sweet.
was nobody, but this is something I didn't want anybody to know. I already know that he did it to me. That's all it matters. He hurt my wrist to the point where I was crying. And he flung it so hard.
And shortly after September 23rd, you also put on Facebook that you wish that your wrist, shoulder, and ankle didn't hurt so much so that you can achieve more delicate work that you love.
Right. But that has nothing to do with the fact that he hurt me.
But you didn't seek medical treatment the next day on the 24th or anything for your injuries.
Because it's a swelling and bruise. What are they going to do? All they're going to do is just say, I've been to.
What are they going to do? How about some documentation, madam? Aren't you this poor abused thing? Wouldn't you want some documentation, some evidence, just in case your day in court may come in the future? No? What if he accidentally kills you one day and no one will know? That's why you want to document these things if you're a real abuse victim. That's what real abuse victims do. They document. So when they pop up dead, people know what happened and who did it. Something smells fishy to me, and it's not the fish sauce that they eat. It's not the soy sauce. It is her.
Hospital so many times. That's all they can do is just ice it, and it was bruising. But the fact that is he could control himself not to put his hands on me, but he grabbed me and he flung it so hard that I was instantly crying. And he actually said, "I'm effing sorry," screaming at me. So he admitted what he did. That's the exact word. "I'm effing sorry." And then I said, "How can you do this? You know you're not supposed to touch me." And then he just wouldn't come down afterwards. And I wanted to leave, but if I was able to drive, but since I can't drive, he had to pick me up with my own car and take me back. When
she can't drive, remember, guys, she can't drive, and driving is the only way to get away. You guys know the only way to get away from an abusive person is to drive away. You can't Uber away because that's not possible. You can't call your best friend forever. That's not possible either. You can't walk. No, you can't taxi. No, of course not. There's no buses. There's no public transportation available for this. This thing, when you're in danger of getting your arse beat by your significant other, driving is the only possible way to get away safely. Everybody knows that. So this attorney, I don't know what he's saying. She's right.
That's why I couldn't leave that night. And I was planning to leave the next day with Loretta.
Okay, but you could have called the police, but you didn't.
Like I said, I was too scared what he would done because I had an abusive father. Okay, so what Greg is referring to, he's like making up words. I've never even been to New York with anybody except my ex-boyfriend, but he was not abusive in any way. So he's making up stories there. But my father scared me a lot when I was like 2 years I lived with him. So if I called the police, he would have been even worse by revenge to my mother and my family. So that's why I had that experience of his history. So I would never call police that day unless my life is in danger. And you know what? My life felt like it was in danger because I never had anybody, put his hands on me and hurt me to the point where I'm crying. And he knew that my wrist is already swollen and I have nerve disorder that I take all this medication for. And I
okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. The nerve disorder. You suffer from CRPS, right?
Yes.
So I don't really care about her nerve disorder. I want to move on to her best friend forever. She came as a witness. So here's her best friend forever. The attorney called her on, or I don't know, maybe she was subpoenaed, but here she is, and she is a witness for her husband, for the woman's husband. She didn't come as a witness for her best friend forever. She came as a witness for opposing counsel. So that says something to you right there. And that's good that this woman actually stood up for what's right instead of trying to defend her best friend forever in this nonsense. Here we go.
Camera on and unmuted. 2 little buttons. Not seeming like we're getting her, counsel.
Okay, can you see me now?
I can see you. Excellent. Miss Plusser, I am Judge J.G. Davis. This is the DeKalb County Magistrate Court. I need to get you under oath so counsel can ask you some questions. Is that okay? You understand?
Yes, that's fine.
All right. Can I get you to raise your right hand? I'm going to get you under oath.
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and a penalty and perjury of the law?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, counsel. This is your witness.
Yep. Miss Plusser, how do you know Miss Smith?
I've known her for many, many years. I used to work with her husband for many years at Best Buy.
Okay. And where do you live?
I live in Austin, Texas.
Okay. And on September 23rd, 2022. Where were you?
I was in Atlanta, Georgia, visiting Jennifer Mindy Smith at Greg's apartment.
Okay. And what were you all doing that night at Greg's apartment?
We were standing by the bar counter and talking.
Okay. Were you drinking any alcoholic beverages?
Oh, not at all.
Okay.
Good
Was
girl.
Miss Smith drinking any alcoholic beverages?
Yes, she was.
Uh-oh.
Was there anything unusual about her behavior that night?
She was on different medications. She didn't seem herself. And she was very frustrated a lot with Greg, just talking bad about him all the time.
Okay. Did she seem like she was afraid of him?
No, not at all.
Okay. At any point, did you see, and by Greg, you mean Mr. Allen, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Look at her face.
Did you see Mr. Allen put hands on her at any point that night?
No, sir, not at all. He was not that far
Oh,
away from the bar
boom.
counter.
Oh my
Miss
God,
Smith,
that is
Miss
not
Smith,
true,
Miss
Loretta. You
Smith.
know,
No, boom, boom, boom. Yes, yes, yes. I just love it when a case crumbles in front of your face, in front of your eyes. Ooh, guys, you don't know how beautiful of a sensation that is when a case just just crumbles in front of you. And it is a beautiful thing because everybody loses their mind once that one piece of evidence comes out. You see how everybody starts talking? That's the reason that, oh, I am so happy that this woman came out for what's right instead of trying to defend her best friend forever. She said she was on medication and she was drinking. She was aggressive. She wasn't afraid. She was actually the aggressor. Please continue. And the church may say, Amen.
no, that's not true.
Miss Smith, you do not speak out of turn unless
Okay.
you're filing an
Okay.
objection.
No, just that was shocking to me.
No. I know, but then you need to be placed on mute.
Okay. At any point, did you have concerns for her safety that evening?
I woke up and she was not in bed, and I saw her asleep on the toilet, and I had to help her get back to bed that night.
Oh,
Okay. At
on
any
the
point that
toilet.
evening, were you afraid for her safety because of Mr. Allen?
Oh, no, not at all.
When did you end up leaving Atlanta?
The next morning.
Okay. Was that when you had planned to leave Atlanta?
No, I was planning on staying through that Sunday night.
Okay. What made you leave early?
Oh, because of her attitude, her screaming and hollering
Wow.
at everything. She's screaming towards me. She's screaming towards Greg, just on a lot of different things. And I went outside, called United Airlines, found out what the quickest flight was back home, and took a flight home that the next day.
That is horrible. See, I was laughing in the beginning, but that's really bad. That's really bad because this woman actually came out to visit her friend. She spent money to come visit her friend, and she had plans to stay longer, but she ended up going home, calling off the trip short because of this woman's behavior. And I'm sure that Loretta, Miss X, best friend forever, like who said that? I think it was 3G or Fionn. Yeah, Fionn. Miss X, best friend forever. I'm sure that she has proof of her purchasing a new ticket to go home early and canceling the old one. And that is what you call evidence. Okay. This is just beautiful, guys. You guys see this? Oh my gosh. I really love it. But the problem is, this is sad. This is a best friend situation gone sour.
Okay. So
That was this Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Miss Smith didn't ask you to take her to the hospital.
Nope,
That
not
night.
at all. She didn't
She
call
didn't ask you to call 911.
Nope, not at all. And she
And
stayed. She seemed fine.
okay. And at no point did you see him put hands on her.
No, I didn't see him put any hands on her.
Did you hear her yell out in pain or say something like, he's grabbing my wrists or he's hurting me?
No.
Look at the
Okay.
flick of the
No
wrist.
further questions, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Smith. Now that we have concluded the direct examination of Miss Plusser, do you have any cross examinations for her? You can take yourself off mute.
Okay.
Miss Smith, you can take yourself off mute if you have questions for Miss Plusser. You are on mute though.
God, she's so slow. Just mentally slow. Look at it. Look. How many seconds have gone
It's the
by?
button that looks like a microphone.
Oh, and now she
Now your
turns off her
screen's
camera.
gone. It seems
Oh.
to be a common mistake. All right. No,
Oh my
screen's gone.
gosh. Get it together.
Oh, and now you're back on mute.
That's why she can't drive. You see? She can't handle a phone. How's she gonna drive? Look at this.
Now
Look at
turn
this.
on your camera.
Oh
There
boy.
you go.
Okay. Can I see something, Your Honor?
Nope, you can't
No.
just say something. You can ask questions of Miss
Oh, ask something. Who do I ask to?
Miss Plusser.
Okay. Can I address her then?
Yes, please.
Yes. Okay. Where is she? So I can. Okay. My question is this. I don't know why she decided to just
No,
completely lie on.
ask her a question.
Okay. Loretta, you saw, you definitely saw when he put his hand on me, and then when I was instantly crying, you saw that, and then when I was like,
Wait.
screaming,
That's
why did you
one
do that?
question. Wait, Miss Smith, that's one
Well, I
question.
don't know how to.
So just let her answer the question. Just ask her. It's a simple question.
I said, I'm asking. You saw him grabbing, because I just like.
Ma'am, Miss Smith. Now this is me. This is Judge Amira. Let me be a judge for a second. Ma'am. It is not your turn to testify. You have a chance right now to ask this witness questions related to the events of that night. Ma'am, this is not your turn to testify. If you want to testify, I will give you a moment after we are done with this witness to testify. But for now, you need to ask this witness questions. Okay? Get it together.
Touched his stomach, and you saw me immediately turn his temper into this person that was really angry.
Well, let her
flung.
answer, Miss Smith.
Right, I'm asking her that. I said, you saw that. You were there when you saw that, and then you actually said, "Oh, Jen, he said he's sorry, so it's okay." She actually said that.
Where's the question?
This is what she said. She said,
Whoa,
said
let her
sorry,
answer
so
to
it's
see
okay.
what she says.
Okay, well, that's what I'm. Okay, that's why my question was. I said,
So, Ms. Plusser.
I did not see you poking in the stomach.
oh, you saw me. This happened, and then he immediately grabbed my wrist and flung it. That's why I started crying. And then you looked at me and said, "Jan, calm down. He said he's sorry, so it's okay." You said that. Did you not?
Are you there?
That's exactly what you said. And then he did
Wait.
it again the
Give her
second
an
and third
opportunity.
time.
Miss Smith. Miss Smith.
Okay.
Give
Okay.
her an
Okay.
opportunity to respond. She
All
didn't say
right.
yes or
Okay.
no.
All right. I'm sorry about that.
I have a question for you guys. When you guys see people who are incapable of following instructions, right? They told the woman, ask the witness questions. Your best friend forever that just exposed you. But when you tell someone to ask another person a question and the person then continues to testify, to tell them what they saw and not even give them a chance to rebuttal or to speak back, nothing. Is this because, I want to ask you guys this, is this because one, they're over emotional and overexcited? Two, they're lying and they don't want the truth to get out? Or three, it's an issue of low IQ? What is it? And I guess you could say for all of the above. But to me, I wonder which one of these issues is the main reason why she is this way, because a person with a higher IQ could use this in their advantage because they would know how to ask the right questions and get the answers that they want. A real person with a higher IQ, they could know how to ask a question to get the responses that they want and use it to their advantage. But she's basically testifying and then not letting the witness speak. So tell me what you guys think it is. They're lying and low IQ. Oh, it says both of those. Okay. And then Fion says it's low IQ. I think it's low IQ too, because you can tell the person, first of all, is not good with, I'm not saying that if you're not good with technology that you're low IQ, but it's not that difficult to understand. Zoom is a very, very easy, simple program, app to use. It's not difficult. You have a camera thing and you have a mic thing. Just push either one and it's, So I think it is low IQ. In my opinion, I think it's low IQ. They can't process fast. That's what I was saying. You can't and when someone gives you clear instructions, ask a question. I don't understand how people then continue to, But anyway, sorry. That was just something I was just wondering about. I wonder what you guys were thinking.
All right.
Okay, so what's the question I'm supposed to answer now?
Okay. The question is this. when you may have not seen me like slightly touch his belly, but you were actually very close. You're closer to him at the time in the kitchen. And then, you know, we were just in a good mood, right? We all were. And then he immediately got upset and grabbed my wrist and flung it sideways. And I stepped back about 4 or 5 steps. And I started crying. I said, why did you do that, Greg? That hurt. That's exactly what I said, right? Did you not hear that? You heard that. Well, yes, you did, because you actually said, Jen, he said he's sorry. So it's okay. You said that. That's exactly your
Look at the
words.
attorney. Look
So
at the
I don't know
attorney.
why you're like
Miss
lying on
Smith,
the
Miss
oath.
Smith,
That's
Miss
exactly what I said.
Miss Smith. I
Yes.
understand you're not a lawyer, and so my expectation is not to make you out to be one. But you do have to give Ms. Plusser an opportunity to respond to your questions. Right now, you're just testifying under the guise of a question.
So right.
So
I'm just asking her.
So just just give her an opportunity to respond, because if she doesn't respond, it's just you talking.
Okay. Well,
Ms.
that's why
Plusser,
my question is. I
she
said
has
that.
just given you listen. She has just given you a statement of events that said that you witnessed and confirmed. And so we want to know if that's a yes or a no.
That's a no, because I didn't see him putting any hands on her or anything. He was standing not that far away from me.
Okay, now that's her
Boom.
response, Ms. Smith. All right. Do you have any other questions for her?
My question was then when I said, why did you hurt me? You actually, why would you say, he said he's okay. So he said he's sorry, so it's okay. That's
Your Honor, ask
exactly
the
what
answer.
you're lying. That's
Objection.
exactly what she said.
Okay.
Hearsay.
So
That's
just wanna
exact
put-
words.
wait, Ms. Smith. I just want to confirm, because a lot of your questions are a little jumbled, but I understand. This is your
Well, that's because I didn't get a lawyer like
So
him.
Ms. Plusser, she's
Yes, sir.
saying that you heard him say or said it's okay because he's sorry. Is that something that you said?
No.
That's not true.
Okay, Ms. Smith, any other questions for Ms. Plusser?
Another question is this. Did you not also hear me scream in pain when he did it second and third time? I touched his wrist to try to calm him down. And Jen,
Wait,
down.
stop.
Calm down
See
question.
how that's
Okay.
one question? So give her an opportunity to answer that question.
okay. I said, did you not hear me say that? I screamed out in pain second and third time. Did you not hear it?
No.
Okay, then you're lying.
Miss
I'm just
Smith,
appalled.
Miss Smith, we don't call people liars. That's what the
Well,
evidence is.
I'm sorry.
for.
I'm
Either
just
reveals or
shocked that
not.
my best friend of 10 years is stabbing me in the back right now. I'm just shocked.
I understand.
Stabbed you in the back.
If you have
I'm
no
just
other,
shocked.
do you have any other questions for Miss Plus? Yes or no?
Yes, I do.
Oh
Is
my
there a
gosh.
reason
Just
why
stop.
you're not
Just
giving
stop.
the truth when you're under oath? Because you've seen me. And it's not like I have
Objection,
to
Your
video.
Honor.
Yeah, Miss Smith, that is not an appropriate question.
I don't know what else to ask except because
Well,
she's
it-
lying about
Okay,
stuff.
but that's what and again, I'm not trying to be difficult for you, and I understand your frustration, but again, her answer is her answer, unless you have
Okay,
evidence.
well,
otherwise.
that's fine. I guess you can decide for yourself who's telling the truth, right?
Oh, he will.
And that
He
is
will.
exactly my job, and that's
Yeah.
why
Right, that's your
Yeah.
job. I
I have to call people liars.
I'm sorry.
All right, so counsel, do you have any other evidence, or would you like to redirect?
Oh, I have no other questions, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Ms. Plusser, you are free to go.
Thank you, sir. You have a blessed evening.
You as well. Counsel, do we have any other evidence?
I do not, Your Honor.
All right, this is what we're gonna do. Ms. Smith, you are
Yeah.
going to get no more than till 8 o'clock. And then I'm gonna give you counsel till about 8:02.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen next. This is the last part, the final and last part before the judge makes his decision on the matter. Now, here it is, and after this, I want to move on to something else. We're going to move on to politics, if you like, or we could talk about more women things because I have plenty more things I would like to show you. But here we go. So we're going to do this last part where she is allowed to testify. She will be allowed to testify, which is, basically tell her part of the story. And then counsel will be allowed to give his closing arguments. So here we go. This is final stretch and we'll see what happens.
To respond, and then we're gonna make a determination about what's going on. Ms. Smith, the floor is yours. Tell me why I should issue an arrest warrant
Here we go.
Okay, so you start now?
right now.
Okay. I'm just shaking right now because of what all I've heard is just completely unreal. That my best friend is like all saying all stuff when she was there 2 feet away from him, and she heard me scream. She's the one who actually said, "Jennifer, you need to cut him loose." And I was playing to her. She wanted me. She actually said, "When I go down to Atlanta, I'm gonna pack stuff with you. And we're gonna leave together." So right now she must be angry at me because we got into an altercation at the time. So that's probably the reason why she's taking on his side. But what I'm saying is I would never file a complaint to somebody that never happened. He grabbed my wrist and flung it. And whether she wants to admit it or not, she actually was there, it witnessed it. If anything, I thought she was going to witness for me. I was going to ask her, but I didn't want to put her through the burden. I had no idea that she was going to turn around and go, take a side of that. She wanted me to actually leave him for a while. And that's what I did. I actually did. It's just that I had to do it my way because I had no way to get out of there unless he drove me. And even though she thinks I wasn't scared of him, I was. I told him many times that I'm like always like scared around him. And I told Loretta as well that I feel like I'm walking eggshells around him because whatever I say wrong, he just.
I know I don't want to mess up her testimony, but let me tell you guys, if you guys are ever in this situation, please never do this. Never speak from how the other person sees something. So she's trying to speak for how her best friend Loretta saw the event. If you get a chance to testify, speak on the facts and only the facts. Do not go into how you think someone else saw it or how you think they may perceive it or how you think. Don't do that. Just talk about the facts and only the facts that you are presenting. You want to say that you were abused? Well, then say that. Say the reasons, the reasons that you feel that you were abused, the reasons why you're afraid. There's statutes on it where you could talk about control and coercion, abuse, using technology against you, and so on and so forth. There's so many ways where you can talk about being scared, but this is not the thing to do. I'm sure you guys already know that, but let her finish.
Just explosively goes off. So I have no idea why she's over here like making up lies about how she didn't see it when she yelled and said, "Hey, Jen, he said he's sorry, it's okay." And the second and third time, she saw that too. I mean, she's like completely not telling the truth. And I'm just completely floored that my own best friend of 12 years is doing this. There's no excuse for this. There's no excuse for what she's doing. She saw what she saw.
Miss Smith, I got
Yes.
And I'm only stopping you because you at this juncture you're saying the same things, and I just want it for time purposes.
Just shocked by my best friend doing this. That's all.
I understand. So what I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to put you on mute because something else may be shocking that you may hear as a result of this closing. And so I'm going to put you on mute so you don't have an unnecessary outburst. And I'm going to give the floor to counsel, and we're going to see where we go from here. Hold tight.
All right.
Counsel.
Your Honor, while I'm sorry for whatever injuries and conditions Ms. Smith suffers from, it simply was not due to any actions on my client's part back in September. As you've heard, I would say a disinterested witness, but a witness that flew in to see Ms. Smith has testified that this didn't happen. The only testimony we got, the only time that I asked, were you worried for her safety, was when she found her asleep in the bathroom and had to help her put her back to bed. There were a million different options that would provide some circumstantial evidence that a criminal act took place, be it a call to the police the next day, be it fleeing the house in fear, be it Ubering to leave, asking Loretta to take her. There's none of that, absolutely none of that. So that my client is blindsided by a warrant application. So once again, this is an eyewitness who's saying it didn't happen. There's no other relationship between Ms. Plusser and my client. You heard that they've been friends for Ms. Plusser and Ms. Smith for 10 years. That's who she came to see, and she ended up leaving early because of Ms. Smith's behavior.
Yeah, exactly.
And at no point was it he attacked me or anything like that, or anything that she saw. So I'm going to ask that Your Honor dismiss this warrant application as they have not met the standard for probable cause.
Let's see what the judge says.
All right. So I will let everyone know as well. I have been, obviously looking at the evidence, reviewing things that have been presented to me. Again, this is not an adjudication on the merits of the matter at all. This is merely a probable cause hearing to determine whether or not there's sufficient evidence to make an arrest. I will say, upon reviewing the evidence, Ms. Smith, despite your very strong and adamant statements, the evidence, and this is all that I have to go off of, does not support that Mr. Allen, in fact, grabbed your arm and injured you.
Because he
I
didn't.
will indicate that the testimony that you provided as well indicated that if anything, and if there was any type of touching, it was only after you touched him, and it apparently occurred multiple times. And so there's been no indication, though, that even in that touching, that there was actually some type of violence that occurred or was intended. And so because we don't have any evidence of that, and furthermore, we have evidence that indicated it didn't happen at all that way, I'm not inclined to issue an arrest warrant, okay? And with that, I will have this matter dismissed for failure of having lack of probable cause. Ms. Smith, you are free to go as a result. There won't be any paperwork, but it will be an order showing that it is dismissed. And the same for Mr. Allen and counsel. We appreciate your time and efforts today, and you guys are free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So that happened. She later continued. She did not leave the court immediately. She did try to argue with the judge a little bit, just a little bit. And he just shut her up straight away and said, "It's done. It's done, Miss Smith. Just keep away from him if you're afraid. And, if anything happens in the future, bring it back, come back over here with evidence and, make sure you record anything and what have you." But at this moment, so did you guys hear what the judge said at the end? Another thing that the judge said that I thought was telling was that he said, "We don't have any proof that he hit you, but in fact, we have proof that you were aggressive to him. So if we really wanted to make a case here, the case would be against you. If we really wanted to go there, but we're not doing that, right? We're going to, and it's sad because the reason I say when I watched this, I thought it was telling for a lot of men too, because I know that a lot of men go through this, and a lot of men don't have a Loretta there for them. Most men don't have Loretta come and speak against their best friends to tell the truth, not even to defend him, not to defend the man, but just tell the truth. Most men don't have that. And when I look at these kind of situations, I always think of how biased the system is against men and how easy it is for a woman, because that woman, had Loretta not come, she may have had a better chance at trying to get this man arrested had her best friend not come. But because, like I said, the system is biased against men, she could have just easily said, "Oh, he did this to me," show that picture, flash that picture around. And because I've seen that happen before in court, where a woman comes with minimal evidence and it's her word against his. And most of the time the court will just accept that she's afraid, and they say, "Well, what's the harm in putting a protection order? At least she'll have something that makes her sleep well at night. She'll feel good," and so on and so forth. But the harm is to the men. The harm is that the men are no longer believed, and they know that everything is against them when they step into the arena. They already know that the tables are turned against them no matter what. That is the harm. The harm is to society. So that's what I wanted to show you all, and I hope you enjoyed. I know a lot of people aren't legal eagles. I know a lot of people aren't into those kind of court cases or what have you, but I wanted to show it to you for those who have the patience and who have the attention span to watch it. A lot of people don't have the attention span. A lot of people, they'd rather see things that are fast, quick, quick, exciting videos, but court cases and so on, they're not that quick. But if you're a person who is into a story, court cases are like the most interesting thing that you can get into, because there's, like I said, people like me, we have longer attention spans, and I like the buildup of a story, the climax, and then the endings. So that's what I like. I like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's just a little something different, just because, I'm in that kind of mood today, and I thought you guys would enjoy it with me. I have a list from Larry from last week, I believe. I think I do. I'm actually not really certain. Let me bring up Larry and ask him. Larry, do I have a list from you this week, or?
Yeah, but there wasn't really much to report. So, it's a very small list. I wouldn't worry
Okay.
about it.
Either way, I'll take a look at it, because, and then I'm going to open the phone lines. I'm so old school. I'm opening the phone lines. Call this number, 1-800. Oh, Undead Chronic responded. Oh, Chronic. Yeah, I had forgotten to text him and ask him if he would come on, but he responded. I'm going to check it in a second. But here's the list. Here, let me add you guys. I will add Samael too while I do the list, okay? All right, so here's the list. In the news, in politics, suspicious letters were sent to election offices. Election offices in California, Washington, Oregon, Nevada, and Georgia received white powder laced letters demanding that they end elections now. The letters contend that presumably the left stopped giving the right to power they don't have. The letter went on to say, "We are in charge now, and there is no more need for them for elections." They were talking about there's no more need for elections because we are in charge now. State and federal authorities are working together to find the culprits. And here's another story in other news. A woman was arrested for destroying and peeing on a veterans memorial statue. Yeah.
Good.
That pisses me off so bad. I'm sorry. I wasn't ready. All right. You guys ready? Here we go. A woman was arrested for destroying and peeing on a veterans memorial statue. 2 people witnessed the 50-year-old South Carolina unidentified woman, and she is facing felony charges for malicious injury to property. When questioned by the police, the woman did not provide a motive for why she vandalized the memorial, but as of Friday, she remains incarcerated.
Good.
50-year-old South Carolinian woman.
Yep.
She's 50, and she's acting like that. The FBI seized New York City Mayor Adams. They seized his cell phone and an iPad as part of the corruption investigation. FBI agents pushed past the mayor's security and entered Mayor Adams' vehicle before handing him a warrant for his electronics after a prior raid on his lead fundraiser, Brianna Suggs. She produced a folder with Adams' name on it. There are suspicions that the move was Biden's retaliation against Adams, who has publicly blamed Biden for the illegal immigration crisis. However, Adams himself admitted having ties to Turkey, the subject of the FBI's investigation, and taking several trips there. Despite the suspicions, Adams' own words likely greenlit the warrant. Politics are getting messy today, huh? They're getting very nasty.
Oh, it's a matter of time, really.
Huh.
No, they were always going to turn on Biden, and I think that the people who are running Biden pulling his strings.
Well, you see
I
what
mean,
just happened.
we already know that they've weaponized the FBI. We know that they've weaponized the FBI against their political enemies, political dissidents, and whatnot. And it was just a matter of time before they started turning them on their own people.
But you heard what happened
People
earlier
maybe-
today, right? While Biden was out speaking to some, I think he was out talking to some military service members. Some pro-Palestinian protesters showed up out front of his house and were protesting.
Yeah, I saw that. There were quite a few of them, a couple hundred, I think.
Yeah, it was a couple hundred of them. They went straight to his house in Delaware and protested right in front of his house.
Accused him of genocide.
Well, I mean, I don't know, guys. There's a lot happening in the world today, and like I said, I believe we are in World War III. From what I've seen recently, with the whole China situation, China now is emboldened because of what's happening around the world. And this is what I said would happen. Every time a big war starts around the world, all the other countries start looking around like, is now the time that we can do what we want to do or no? Because that's the time. Because no one wants to be the one to start the wars. No one wants to be the one to start them. But Russia said, you know what? Since no one else will do it, I'll do it. But now that we see that Russia has started, now it's, Israel, Palestine has, geared up again. China is starting to gear up. I just, it's sad to see, but at the same time, it's something that needs to happen, right? I told you guys I was hoping for it anyway, because I think something needs to come. Something needs to change in American society, because our society is so pampered and so lazy and so fat and greedy, and we're just different people. And I think that war, unfortunately, famine, strife, any type of fight that we have to have, it makes better people. And we need better people back again, because our country is floundering. Our country is no longer, we're just living off the legacy that we had. We are no longer the people, the Americans of before. So, this is the reason why I believe something needs to happen. I hate to see it. I do hate to see it, but it's one of those things where, what is that saying? The tree of liberty has to be watered sometime in
Watered.
blood every now and
Watered
again,
with the
right?
blood of patriots.
There you go. There you go. And I think it's about time. I think our tree is really dry. Her leaves are falling. There's no patriots out here anymore. I mean, there's barely. We have us. But just like Clue said, we're a small group, right? And we look weak. And the only way we're going to get better Americans is through strife and fights and war and getting that sense of pride to be American back again. There's no pride because nobody remembers what America is. We have generations that have grown up not knowing the power of America. We don't know why she's so great. We just grew up here and we just know what our grandparents did that made America great, but we don't know firsthand. And I think it's about time that we find out why America is great. Jefferson also said that we probably needed a rebooting every 20 years. Well, that's every generation, right? Every generation. And that makes sense, because then you have, if you don't, you have generations that grow up like us. We don't know why America is great because we never felt her power. We just grew up after the fact. We just know that we grew up on this legacy, but we never saw firsthand why America is great. I mean, the Americans that lived when Hiroshima was bombed, those are the ones who knew America's power. They knew, because they saw the whole world stand up and check when that happened. We've never seen that. And I think that's part of the reason why a lot of Americans don't have pride, because they're like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, America back then, but it just, I don't know. We've gotten soft. I mean, everybody does, right? Everybody gets soft when things are good. So.
Yeah, I mean, people get complacent and whatnot. I just, and I understand their sentiment about the necessity of war occasionally to, I guess, reinvigorate a society. But the problem that I keep running up against is that, and this wasn't 15 years ago, I'd have agreed with you wholeheartedly on that. But generally speaking, children are the ones who are sacrificed on the altar of war, and I have children to lose now.
I mean, I guess you could say, I mean, children, anybody, like listen, we may see it as like, okay, children are being sacrificed. I think you're talking about in war, like if soldiers go, it's going to be the young.
Mhm.
You're saying it's going to be young
It's
soldiers.
always the young. It's always the young. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because no one's going to send the old to fight, because a lot of the old either haven't been trained, they're weaker. I mean, that's obvious. And I don't think that we would consider them children. They're just young. Hi, Neil. Welcome. But we have, in America, we have a long childhood. We consider ourselves children until about 26, which does make sense because we're not fully developed until 26. It makes sense. But Russia doesn't feel that way. Russia doesn't see you as a child when you're 20. China darn sure doesn't see you as a child when you're 20.
Well,
We're the
China
only ones
doesn't
who are
see their
like,
people as people either. They
there
see
you
them as
go.
property.
But then
as
here we
cattle.
are as Americans, 20 years old, and we're like, but they're kids. Like, yeah, but I mean, who else are we going to send? If we're going to have a fight, we send our best.
Again, Amira, 15 years ago, I would have agreed with you wholeheartedly because I did not have children to lose myself.
Well, let me ask you, would you prefer that we not lose our kids and then we sacrifice our country, which we're going to lose them anyway because then we're going to get bombed half to death? Or would you prefer that we take care of business and we lose a few, but we still are victorious?
I agree with you on the surface of all of this. The sentiment I agree with. I am not sure that I personally am willing to allow my child to put on a uniform.
Well, you have girls. They're not going to get drafted anyway, right?
These days?
Yeah, these days, I mean,
Well, unless
might.
they'd identify as unless they identify, right?
Yeah, but the I mean that's like as a father, I am not certain that I would allow that to happen myself. And that's
Well, I don't think that would
I
be
don't
your
I
choice. I
think
think it would be
that's a
their
bit of
choice.
weakness on me. Well,
That would
it
be
is
the,
if
but
I
Samael,
beat
that
the
would be
shit out of
their
her and
choice.
lock her up in a basement. So yeah,
It wouldn't be
ain't
your
going anywhere
choice.
near that office.
Again, I said it like 3 times, but you talked over me. It wouldn't be your choice. It would be their choice. If they want to stand up for their country and their nation, then good on them. If they would prefer to die an honorable death, then good on them. You can only be proud. I think that's a sense of pride to have a child that's willing to die on their feet than rather live on their knees. You should be proud instead of sad, you know?
I would be proud if I could be certain that they were dying for this country and this nation and the things that make it holy and great. But my fear is that they would instead be dying for the asshats in Washington and their fucking bullshit.
Yeah, and you see how America treats our veterans. Happy Veterans Day, by the way. But you see
thank
how
you.
America treats our veterans.
Yeah.
That is one of the things that really ticks me off as well.
So, but that said, I mean, like I said, on the surface, I agree with you on all points. It's just there's some bits of my personal self that are just like, nope, fuck this.
Okay, hold on,
No.
guys. Yeah, and the thing is, I wouldn't want our kid to die for faggotry, and I wouldn't want my kid to die for this transgender crap. I wouldn't want my kid to die for this. You know, when you have Americans that are ungrateful for the deaths, the people that sacrificed, the people that died in honor, the people that died in uniforms, not comfortable sweaters and cardigans and Michael Kors boots. They died in fatigues. They died in hard army clothes, and then people just step over their graves, piss on their graves, literally. That's what really ticks me off. But you can't get everyone to value it. Not everybody is going to value the sacrifice of our soldiers, right? We can't. There's no way to make everyone value it.
That's true. But for those veterans out there listening, and for Larry here on the panel, I do value it. Thank you.
Anytime.
I know we sure do. Fionn says, I just buried my father last week. He was a combat Marine during Vietnam. Yikes. See, we're losing all the good ones. The good ones are leaving. This is why we need to make better ones. We need to make new good ones. Hi, Shadow.
Hey, Mira. How you doing?
Good. I'm here.
Hey, Sam. Hey, Larry.
Bundles of sticks. Do you have anything on what we're talking about, Shadow?
The stream as a whole, or specifically like the idea of serving and dying for your country? I'll take that nod, meaning the latter. Well, I mean, my personal stance, Sam, Larry, and I think the fact that I'm trying to join the Marine Corps because I legitimately think that is something that I need to do with my life. I understand why a lot of people have told me that's a bad idea, but I also believe that if we allow the fact that, hey, this country sucks right now, and we just give up on it, we'll never see a resurgence, because if everyone goes, well, there's no point in trying to save it, then it's just going to die on it by itself.
Right.
So while it sucks in the moment a lot of people get mad when I use fiction for like realistic stuff, but in Game of Thrones, Ned Stark once said that it's not serving when you serve when it's easy, or something to that effect. So yes, right now it's not going to be like the best time to serve in the military, to serve your country, but at the same time, that's what service is. It's sacrificing a part of yourself for the greater good, at least in my opinion. Yes, Fix. Carrie has given me shit for it a lot.
I really am proud to hear that, Shadow, and I'm proud. I'm very proud to hear that from you. I didn't expect that, but like I said, I'm
Really?
super proud. No, I didn't. I kind of thought of you as a. Never mind. I'll keep it to myself. But I just I
Hold
just
on,
didn't
hold
think
on.
that.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
What
whoa,
happened?
whoa. What
So
have you thought of
it's
me
been
as?
the weather has been changing a lot quicker lately. If you guys haven't
Oh no
noticed,
no
it
no!
hasn't
Oh no
You're
no no
not that
no! The
old.
weather's
You are
boring.
not that old, Amira.
right, Samuel. I told you. I was like, you can't talk about weather. No, okay. Okay, Shadow, I'll be honest. I really thought of you as kind of like a nerd kid. I thought of you as like a nerdy kid who liked Game of Thrones and
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings and all of that. That's what I thought. And I'm just surprised to hear you speak that way because it's not common anymore to see, you know, people your age speaking that way, and yeah, I'm not that much older than you, but I see you as a kid to me, even though you're like 20, right?
I'm exactly 20.
Okay, so I'm 8 years older than you, and I'm like, I still look at you as a kid. To me, you're a kid, so I don't know, to hear you speaking that way brings a sense of pride because it's not common anymore. We don't see kids speak like that anymore.
Yeah.
So
It actually infuriates me when I'll express the idea of duty and service in college campuses and stuff, and I'll get weird looks from people like, what is that stuff? And as to the nerd thing, I think that may be part of why I think it's a mixing of the fact that I am a nerd and then the fact that I grew up in I mean, my dad was Navy, my mom was Coast Guard, my granddad was Air Force, so I grew up around that stuff. And I think that the fact that I've consumed, being a nerd, I've consumed stories of heroism, of sacrifice, of giving up yourself for the greater good. And then I've also had the context of people who have done that in real life. If I had been around cops, I may have decided, hey, I want to be a cop. If I was around firefighters, I may have wanted to be a firefighter. But the fact that I've always been around military may have influenced that decision.
That does make sense, and that's the good thing about being around family. That's why I say family and the people you're around is so important and to what you develop into.
What are you saying? I grew up around biker gangs.
And that's a problem, and you see what has been produced. I mean,
Yeah, you look like a biker.
Like, let's be real. Like the thing that I said actually fits here. It still fits. It still very much fits. Let me see. He says he is a Marine. I'm sorry, he's Marine material. Hurrah. Semper Fi. Awesome kid. Love you. I see you're gonna get a lot of love from people, people like us anyway. And you're gonna get a lot of love from people like us when you do this. And the good thing about having people like us who love you is we are people that are hard workers. We love our country, we love our families. We have homes. You'll never be homeless because if you have people like us who love you, one of us is going to open up a room for you. So it's good to have people like us and be your group and be your surroundings. I'm so happy to hear that. Like, oh my gosh, now I feel like he's one of our family, right? Don't you guys feel like that? Don't you guys feel like he's like our little adopted kid? I'm sorry, Shadow. I'm gonna do this to you because I'm a girl. I have to do this. Oh, I just got
Honestly,
to.
that's one of the reasons that we're so hard on the kid is because if he can take it from us, he's got a leg up. He's going to get a lot worse once he gets to the Marines.
Oh, that's
true.
Yeah. That's true. Be prepared.
That's the warning I've been given by a few family friends who have served.
They're very sensitive, and any little thing, a wrong look. I mean, you think that Samael and Larry are sensitive with you. Imagine them. The wrong look over there.
Yeah, I know how, but I mean, I've been told that Full Metal Jacket was watered down, and that was a real drill sergeant. Like,
yes,
academically, I know how big of a surprise I'm in for. Yeah,
I don't think you do. I don't think you will till you get there.
Yeah, that's why I said academically.
What do you mean 3G? Because I'm Arab, I kill you? What do you mean I'm the biggest threat to America?
I think he's talking to Shadow.
Yeah,
I was kidding.
I am a
Christian, you're a young white man.
Individual of the Nordic background who believes in nationalism, and I don't, and I'm straight. I am clearly the greatest threat to this country that is founded on Nordic values, Christian beliefs, and made by straight white guys.
Make us proud. Make us proud. Shadow. I
try.
love it. I love it.
One of them, a Marine and a Coastie, are already mad at me. Fixing
Why?
and carrying or yelling at me. Drill instructor. My apologies.
Oh, I see it.
He ain't in yet. He'll get the terminology right later, guys.
Yeah, trust me, they'll see to that.
Beat it into you.
So, is there anything else that you guys wanted to bring up? Because I had a few topics. I mean, like I said, the lady was the thing that I wanted to bring up with you. I showed you guys the court.
Well,
the
let's see
court
the other
hearing.
topics.
The other topic, well, there's more content that I have about women lying on men and talking about them being beaten and so forth, and it's not true. But my main point to it all was how it disgusts me to see that. How it disgusts me how the system is always used against men. And the system will commonly believe the woman, even though she has no proof. It didn't happen. And most guys don't have the Loretta to come there and defend them or to come and say the truth.
Yeah. Though, I mean, I know you're the paralegal, so I probably shouldn't be expressing the history lesson behind that, but it's left over from when women didn't have as many rights or as many privileges in the United States. It was, I don't remember the year specifically, but like, if for a period of time you needed the man and the woman to both want the divorce, and then you also required like an actual reason, like one person was abusive and both individuals wanted to cut it free. So then a bunch of reforms were made that allowed women to leave and also gave them certain advantages, because if a woman was leaving the marriage, odds are she didn't have a father or a brother to beat the guy into submission for attacking her. So she required resources for herself. And in many instances, the man didn't want the kids, didn't want to have to deal with the kids for whatever reason. So she would have to manage for the kids. So the law system was established in a way to help women in a period of time where they weren't able to help themselves. But now that we're in a world where women are not only able to, but expected to be equal in regards to men, the law system is stacked in their favor as is basically an advantage for them, when originally it was meant to level the playing field due to society not being fair for them.
Look at him, guys. He's learned from the best. He knows. And you carry that on to whoever talks to you in the future, because you're going to meet a lot of people who have opposing views from you, Shadow. You're going to meet a lot of people who are going to call you racist because you're white, and you're just sexist, and you're toxic male, and so on and so forth. I'm glad that you have this backup, that you know exactly where it started, and you're not just going to say, get in the kitchen, make the sandwich, shut up. You're actually going to give the reasoning behind these things. I can't be any prouder. I just can't. I feel like a proud big sister. Like, that's my little bro.
Don't let Choo Choo hear that, or whatever you read in the cat.
Dr. M says, Amira, did you see that viral video with the non-binary indigenous lady that got arrested for driving on the wrong side of the road while intoxicated? I did a video on that, actually. I did a reaction to it, and it's getting a lot of views now for some reason. I don't know why people are finally finding that video. I found that months ago, and I presented it to you guys months ago. So just in case you guys say that I'm behind on things, I'm not that behind. Clearly, I'm ahead of the curve and giving you things before it gets popular. So, no, I've already done that. The video that I did on it was called, gosh, somebody had just given it to me, actually. Hold on. While I look it up, you guys can talk amongst yourselves. I'll just look for it.
Hey, Larry, how you doing?
I'm good.
That's good.
Let me see. Okay, here it is. It's called Cops Should Just Live and Let Live, right? Cops should just live and let live. If you look on that video in my channel, you'll see that is where I reacted to the indigenous non-binary lady who was pulled over for driving drunk. And yeah. Oh, did you guys see that somebody made another video compilation of me online talking about that one time, like 2 weeks ago, when I said I don't know what zinc is, like what the reference to zinc was? Somebody did a small compilation like a minute-long compilation of me saying I don't know what zinc is. I don't know what zinc is. I take zinc every day. I take zinc supplements every day. What's wrong with it? I love zinc. Zinc makes me feel good. And changed it into Exiled Zinc Walker Expose. That's the video name. Exiled
It wasn't me.
Zinc Walker.
I haven't even
I
seen it. I don't even.
listen.
This is news to me.
I refuse to believe any of you. Ever since B-roll has betrayed me, and now I'm looking at all of you. I'm like, et tu pride, et tu pride.
Hey, if it was me, I would have put it up on my channel under my name. So there's that.
But they said exiled Zinc Walker expose. I'm like, what? I was like, at least tag me in the video. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, but anyway,
Yeah.
I was
Hey, and you just gave him a part 2 here a couple minutes ago.
How so? Oh God. Oh, why did I even say anything? Ugh. I hate myself. I'm so, and you guys see how naive I am, because I'll just go on and give people part 2 by accident. Oh, now Bureau shows up. Oh, I said your name and now you show up, Bureau. Like say your name 3 times in the mirror and there you go. Yeah.
Wasn't
Am I
Zillich
like
supposed to come up today?
he does?
Yep.
Where is he?
He's been in the chat.
This weekend. He's in chat.
No. Oh, I thought you said he wants to
Here's a
come
link,
up.
buddy.
Oh.
I said he supposed to.
Oh no, not today. Not today. I just kind of wanted to see who wanted to talk briefly about what we did today. I'm probably not going to stay that long now because I I hate to admit to you guys, but the chair that I'm sitting on is not comfortable. So yeah. Put the link in the description. 3G, you would want the link now, wouldn't you? No, I'm not. I already gave you the title. Just type in the stupid title. Exiled Zinc Walker Exposed. There you go. There's the title. Don't forget the expose in all capitals. But yeah,
Well,
so
Shadow, there's a lesson in this. You got to let it roll off you like the water off a duck, man. You got to roll with it. You got to roll with the punches.
Yep.
If she can do it, you can do it.
man, you think I'm doing it? I'm losing my mind secretly. All right, I'll share a quick video with you guys since it is Saturday. Why not? Nobody has work, so let's do it. We'll watch it together, guys. Let's have a little family time now that the kid is here. All right, have some family time. Family time with Mommy Amira.
Guys pulled up afterwards, and they're, I guess it's her boyfriend.
Okay. And is there a kid in that car or no? Just her?
She was the only one in the car, right?
Okay.
Yeah, she's the only
one. And then they pulled
So
her
I
up.
need your license, registration, insurance. Just give me 1 sec. Hello.
Hi.
You're the chief?
Yes.
Okay. Is anybody hurt?
No.
Gentlemen, stay focused. This video is not meant for the men of culture to come by and tag themselves. Men of culture, I don't need your culture. Stay focused. This is a police video, okay?
She just had airbag deployment for her car.
She did have airbag deployment.
Okay, stop it. Samael, go to the naughty corner.
All right, I need to go to my car.
And we're just gonna have first aid check you out.
Okay.
Just because,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
County 43118. Can you send me 17? Thank you.
I need to go on the other side.
Give me a Jeep Grand Cherokee. License plate Echo 17, Monmouth Yankee Whiskey.
She came in, I don't think she tapped the brakes. So who did she hit? She hit the back of that. You, and then you went into her. Correct, okay.
Are yelling that she's drunk?
That what?
That she might be.
Okay, I'll check her.
You're muted.
Sorry, guys. Samael, you were saying that. Do you think that she's drunk?
No, that wasn't me.
Oh.
But
Well,
I think
I mean, it says it's a DUI arrest.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm slow.
DUI doesn't necessarily mean alcohol. I mean, it could have been anything else too that would cause impairment.
That's true.
Nobody's hurt?
Go to the naughty corner.
I will. Okay.
What'd I say?
I'm really sorry. I'm trying to find the right. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Where are you coming from? So,
Um,
yeah, just well, do the whole
Jersey
thing,
City.
just stop it from going further. And you're going this way?
For some reason, I feel like she knows Keela. Keela, is this your favorite girl at the club? Is this her?
Yeah.
From Jersey City? Jersey City, would you be coming from that way?
Yeah. Jersey City's that way.
Where are you coming from right now?
Donovan's.
Donovan's, okay.
Yeah.
How much did you drink today?
Not that much.
Not that much. How much is not that much?
2 drinks.
2 drinks.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just, I was on my phone. I was trying to contact my boyfriend. He's right there. And I fucking hit the guy in front of me. That's it.
You want help now? Hold on to this.
Of course, I get the most thanks from the guys when we have a video with airbags deployed. That's when Christopher comes out like, I just love Amira's channel. It's just something about it.
It is pretty funny though that we got a bunch of guys who show up regularly and they're like, gosh, I don't like a woman with tattoos at all, and then this woman with tattoos shows up, but because her bazongas are out in front of the tattoos.
I just love Amira's channel. It's just, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. It's just something about it. It just speaks to me. It just speaks to me.
Respect to this woman, at least she's not like some of those clips that we've seen of do you remember the video of the woman who ran over someone and was like, I need my car to get to school. When will I get my car back? Like just complete, like at least this woman seems to have remorse for what she did.
Oh, well, that's because you're not looking at her right. It must be the sun in her eyes that's making you think that.
Well, as far as I can tell, this woman hasn't killed anybody. That other one had.
Right. But like my point is like she's like kind of apologizing for hitting the pickup, at least in the tone of her voice. I suck at social cues, so maybe I'm
you guys talk too much. That's your problem. You talk too much. Let's watch the video.
Yeah, sorry, Mira.
It's okay.
Here, why don't you come out here?
Here, I can look for it.
What's your first name?
Catherine.
Catherine, come over here.
Catherine, here's my
I just want to
idea.
give you some sobriety tests first. Make sure you're okay to drive. Okay? Just go over here. Carol's go over there. They're going to do a... Ow. Madison. Come over here. Where it's flat. Have you done tests before? Okay.
No.
No? Okay. What you want to do is I want you to... do you know your English alphabet?
Yes.
Okay. What I want you to do is I want you to recite the alphabet without singing it, just like this. I'll explain. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z. Do you understand? You understand?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Nice and slow.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K.
Now try again. Relax.
I'm so sorry. I'm so overwhelmed.
I know. Yeah, let's try again. Go ahead.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. You guys know what's happening. She's failing the test, so now she's going to start with the waterworks. This is so typical. Why can't I expect this of every woman? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, here we go.
Because it works.
She's probably surprised.
Yeah, right?
Relax. Take a deep breath. Relax. Go ahead.
Quick, the tits aren't working. Get the tears out.
A, B.
Come on, ladies, perk up. Do some work. No, I'm joking, Chris. I was kidding. I'm just messing with you. But no, I appreciate it so very much. You have no idea how flattered I am. I really am. And you're right. The ladies, the trick isn't working. The cardigan being open is not working. So now the crying has to begin.
C, D, E, F, G, H, I.
So difficult.
A, B, C, D, F, G, H.
Well, you already missed E.
Perk up. Come on, girls.
I can't do
Okay,
it.
let's try the next one. You can't do it. Okay, what I want to do is now watch me.
I'm so sorry.
Watch
Like,
me.
I don't want to
Just- no,
watch you.
you're
I
not.
don't want to
Just-
fucking lie to you guys. No,
I know you've been drinking, but I just want to make sure you're okay to drive. If not, let's see first. Let's see how you do your test.
I didn't know The Rock became a police officer. He really right? Doesn't it look like The Rock? I mean,
Looks nothing like you.
I mean, if The Rock was a member of the Aryan Brotherhood,
Yeah, he looks
What?
like a roided up Jason Statham.
He looks more like
He's like,
Johnny
look at-
Sins.
he's like, look at do your favorite position at night. Give me your favorite night position. Here she goes. Favorite night position. Oh, Lord. She's gonna fall over.
Okay. Now what I want you to do is stay just like that. Get your feet together. You have any injuries? Your legs? Well, besides you probably shouldn't stand on your right leg because you injured it. So what I want you to do is with your left leg. Is your left leg injured or no? Just your right leg, right? So I can see you have a cut. Okay. I want you to put your feet together. Put your hands aside. With the foot of your choice, I want you to lift off. I want you to lift off the ground 6 inches. No, watch like me. Let me show you. Put your hands together, feet just like that. With the foot of your choice, watch. You're going to be your left foot. I want you to lift off the ground about 6 inches, right? Like that, and count to 30. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. Okay, put your feet down. Put your feet down. Okay, put your hands to your side. When I say go, go. You understand? To 31,000. I want you to count each step out loud. Go ahead. Put your hands to your side. Put your hands to your side. You got to follow my instructions. Keep your hands to your side and lift your foot off the ground. 30. 1, 1,000. Count each step by each. Okay, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Keep going. Count out loud.
3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000.
Hands to your side. You're not
Arms
following
are still
directions.
out.
All right, I'm so
Keep your hands
sorry.
to your side. And I want you to lift the foot of your choice off the ground. 30.
Okay.
6 inches. Count to 30. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Just like that. Go ahead.
1, 1,000, 2,
6 inches. That's not 6 inches. Higher.
Did you guys know when I saw this this thumbnail, I didn't think that those were tattoos. I thought that she was wearing a lace top, because lace tops look like that too. Yeah, I didn't know that was markings on her stomach. She really marked up her whole stomach with nonsense.
it's pretty
I guess
common.
she didn't know that it's never a good idea to take a field sobriety test. They're gonna take her regardless, so why help them?
Yeah, evidence, right? A lot of people don't know that you don't need to do these things. You're just embarrassing yourself and giving more evidence.
I want you to right now put your left foot in front of your right foot and stay just like that while I explain the rest of the test.
Okay.
All right, put your hands to your side. Stay just like that. Don't move. When I tell you to go, I want you to go. I'm going to demonstrate. Watch. What I want you to do is I want you to count each step. I want you 9, not yet, 9 steps. Yellow toe. 1, 2, pretend there's a line here. 3. And when you get to your 9th step, I want you to turn around and take 9 back. Count each step out loud. Go ahead. Keep your hands to your side. 9 steps. Count each step out loud.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Okay, turn around.
10.
Not 9 steps. 9
9.
more back.
1, 2, 3,
Heel to toe. You're not putting your heel to your toes.
4, 5, 6, 7.
I hate you guys. I just hate
Put
you.
your hands behind your back,
Well-
okay? You're being placed on the rest of drunk driving, okay? Keep your hands behind your back. No, don't move. Stay just like that.
Please stop. I'm really stop.
Just stay right there.
Please.
Stay right
I
there.
can't do this.
Stay right there.
Please.
Grab that stuff.
Wait, can you please let go? Please.
We're gonna walk. Come on, we're gonna walk to my car.
I
Come on.
can't.
Come
Can
on.
you
It'll be-
please
it'll
talk
be
to me?
easy. Yeah, come on. Let's go.
Can you please talk
Come
to
on.
me?
I'll do that.
Wait, can you
And
please
what we'll
talk
do is
to
we're
me?
gonna once we get the cars. We'll have one of them.
Can you please talk to me, please? I can't do this alone. I'm gonna fucking. I'm gonna die.
Come on, walk with me.
I can't do this. Can you please?
Just walk with me.
Can you
walk
take
with me?
it off? I can't.
When we get to headquarters, we'll take it off. Come on.
I get more angry for some reason when they start doing this. I get less sympathy. I start getting mad.
I certainly.
I just start laughing.
Huh? What?
I just start laughing because this is kind of funny.
I get irritated.
How far is the DP?
It's like 2 minutes away.
2 minutes.
Yep.
Okay.
Hair is matted.
I'm gonna go.
You're okay.
Okay.
It might be. Just gonna seatbelt you in.
You shouldn't have done the field sobriety test. When you're gonna be popular in that jail too.
Right?
Come on out. Oh, you got your seatbelt. We'll get it
It's her
off.
broad neck.
You'll be okay. All right, just chill out. I'm gonna be all right. So let me close this.
Just step up. Just follow him.
Would you like me to close the garage?
Yes, from.
I think she's a pretty girl too.
So will the
So,
inmates.
huh?
So will the inmates. They're gonna think she's pretty too.
Yeah.
Like she got a pretty mouth. She got a pretty mouth.
As a tip for all you young ladies out there, when you get arrested, and some of you will get arrested, don't cry. It just makes you look weak.
I'm assuming that's also advice for young guys.
Well, I mean, what's going to happen to young men in jail is definitely going to make them
Completely
cry.
different. I want to see what's happening. I didn't watch past her getting arrested, so I just want to see if there's anything interesting. Hold on, guys.
Okay. You have anything in your mouth or anything? No gum, nothing? Okay.
Is that her boyfriend?
Let's start filming.
Yeah.
Get the plate in there. Can you guys wait until after she goes on a breathalyzer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's
So
EMS.
are you sure that it's only one person?
Why is EMS dressed so casually? I thought that was. I didn't know that's EMS. Look, they look like they're going to the beach. Really?
She
I thought
injured
they
at
were
all?
going to fix the
Her
door
leg
jams.
is.
Her leg is.
I mean, you can.
The door jam?
So here's the problem we got. Technically, she's in custody for DUI or without for DUI. Technically, she can't sign out an AMA. You guys can't take custody of. I mean, you guys won't sign that AMA because that makes you guys responsible. So the question is, do you want her to go to the hospital or practice her first and then go to the hospital?
Not that she needs to go to the hospital.
Like you guys are willing to take that responsibility to sign out.
Yeah.
Because if you're arresting her for being under the influence,
She'll go to the
if she
hospital
were-
after she does breathalyzer.
we can do that.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be that.
Okay. Can she get a blood pressure on her real quick?
Yeah.
Just make sure. Just get the BP on her and try to just ask her. Make sure everything's
It's
good.
just her right leg. She looks like this when you're running the.
We don't make you any more than you get the assessments after you're done. Where's she? Hi, how's it going?
Just peachy.
The way he looked at her, he's like, "How are you?
Hi, how's
How
it
you
going?
doing?" No. I was expecting that. How you do it? How you do it? I don't know why.
So once she's done, she doesn't have to go. I mean, you can look. I mean, you can look at her leg. It's just the right leg. I mean, I don't think she's broken or anything. It's just a straight.
No, I'm not sending B-Roll anywhere. Look, B-Roll, no matter what he did, he's not going nowhere. He's going to stay right here with us, whether he likes it or not. Kicking and screaming, he's going to be here. So no, he doesn't belong in the naughty corner. That's Carrie's place, and I don't want B-Roll to be assaulted brutally by Carrie.
Hey,
So
B-Roll doesn't belong in the naughty corner.
no, he doesn't.
Didn't Carrie contract rabies as well or something like that?
Yeah, we tried to cure
he
it,
says
but
it's rabies.
yeah, it didn't work. I mean, we're trying.
Mm.
They said they have a new treatment that's coming out soon, so I'll use
Mm.
that in 2024. But for now, we're just gonna have to deal with it. He is
Gotcha.
tied to the radiator. Is it a radiator or engine block? I think it was the
Engine
engine
block.
block.
It's an engine
Yeah.
block.
The engine
You know,
block.
and rabies, scabies, what have you.
Yeah, whatever it was, it's just foaming. That's all. He's just foaming a little bit at the mouth, but he'll be fine.
He's bit a couple of people over the last month.
Right, right. I think the engine block is heavy enough to hold him, so he'll be fine. Let's see what's happening with this girl.
Yeah, no, we're over there for a while. So, yeah, all right. Bella's going to be your point of contact. All right, thanks. Yep.
So I want to just see what happens, okay? I've never seen it before. I just want to see if anything interesting happens. She's gonna blow the thing. Oh, go.
Don't try and resist.
What? No, what the hell?
It's just to take a picture. And
I don't do this shit.
She's been good. She's been good.
I know you've been amazing.
I'm not running away.
Okay, stand up
If I
here.
run away, you
This
guys
is
are gonna
a-
tackle me.
I'm too old to run. I can't chase you.
And
All right,
I don't run enough.
Stand right here. All right, I'm gonna put it.
Okay, I'm done. I got a little stuffy.
Okay. Put your
Oh,
hand
she's
behind
smiling. She's
your
got
back. Come over
jokes.
here. Come over here. That's what it's looking at.
Right,
Come on,
family.
Bob,
What happened to the
Kinda
tears?
I want you to
fucked
take a
up,
deep
it
breath
ain't working.
and blow into the mouthpiece with one long continuous breath. Continue to blow until I tell you to stop.
Statham
You
is all
understand?
busy.
Yeah.
All right. You're gonna see a bunch of ash. Actually,
Mira, you're muted.
I was giving Larry a chance to say what he was saying.
I said Super Statham. He's all business. He's not paying attention to nothing she's saying.
He's not. He's probably seeing it all the time.
go. Blow. You gotta blow. So you're not
A
blow.
blow into it?
Yeah. If you keep doing that,
Outside of it.
You gotta blow.
Well, that's the opposite of what she.
You know she was sucking it. She was sucking. She's like, oh, I have to blow into it, not suck. When you said
That's what-
blow, I
that-
thought you meant suck.
That's the only concept that she's ever heard. The only context she's ever heard the word blow in.
Right. She's like, he said blow, and she started sucking. Like,
This
what
is
are you
in Jersey,
doing?
right?
I
It's,
don't know.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's. I think it's in East Jersey.
It's gonna be
Freaking.
Okay.
confusable if you keep doing that.
So
Okay?
blow into
Yes.
it, not suck out
That's okay. You got a couple more times, all right?
Well, you called that one.
Right, so I gotta suck it in.
Yes.
Alright, blow out, right?
Well, you're gonna suck in, breathe in, deep breath, and you're gonna put your mouth
Okay,
right.
I thought I was
And
gonna
blow.
blow out first. I'm so sorry.
Sweetie, you are in
Stand up.
the PD. You were not at the Jersey
Make sure you
Turnpike.
blow into this, okay? I'm gonna
She's not. She thinks she's somewhere else, Samuel.
No, I think she's trying to
Take a
seduce
deep
the top.
breath.
I think that's what she's trying to do.
Oh,
She's been trying to do
get
that the whole
around it.
time. It's
Yeah.
not working.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
hands behind your back.
Yeah, we're doing that.
Hands behind. Take a deep breath and blow into. Blow. Keep going. Good. Keep going. You're doing it. Good.
Not
Keep
even
going.
blowing.
Go. Go. Good. Perfect.
Oh, she
Then I got one more just like that, and you go to the bathroom, okay?
She's so bad.
All right.
I know some memers who would make
Gotta
good
pump
use
you up
of
to
it.
do this because I know it takes a lot of air, a lot of
That
breath.
felt good. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, some memers will have fun with that.
He said that felt good. I'm not gonna lie.
Actually, one more time. As long as you give me a good sample, okay?
Not close, you ready?
Okay, I'm gonna just do it again. I want you to take a deep breath and blow into the mouthpiece with one long continuous breath. Continue to blow until I tell you to stop. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, take a deep breath. Okay? Blow. Same thing. Go. Keep going. Keep going. Good. That's it. Have a seat. Once I confirm that this went through, then you can go to the bathroom, okay? Just sit down.
Okay.
Just relax.
Villa, she's doing it hands free. So
This, yeah, I don't know. You wanna- Do I have to add before?
So what's it say?
Do you think he encourages male suspects the same way?
What'd you say, Samuel?
Do you think he encourages male suspects the same way when they have to do the breathalyzer?
Go. You can do it.
you can do it. A slap on the butt for good luck.
You'll probably get
Football
punched in
player.
the face. They're gonna be like, "Shut up, shut up."
I kind of wish you had like a video of this same cop dealing with a male suspect now. I really want to see some of this.
They probably do. Usually, these cops get popular, and people want to see more of them. Oh, she's taking her picture. Okay, they made her cover up her breast for the picture. You see, they made her close her cardigan.
Sort of.
Yeah, I was like, kind of.
So
The
you think she had a
majority.
shirt on before like the crash and then realized, oh no, I'm going to be arrested. Might as well just, and then just chuck the shirt away so she try to get some sympathy points or something?
No, she probably just unbuttoned the cardigan once she saw that
Yeah,
it was a male.
that's her shirt. The
Okay.
cardigan. He's right. Larry is
Have
right.
you ever been to Jersey, kid?
No, but I've lived in Florida.
Yeah, summertime in Jersey, there is a lot of this kind of dress.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm honestly surprised she doesn't have bigger hair.
Yeah, her hair wasn't that big, but it was matted a lot in the back, so it looked like she was trying to back tease it to make it more big. But I gotta go now. Get off my channel. Good night. Good night,
Okay.
guys.
Night.
I'm joking. I'm not that mean. Bye, guys. I'll see you guys next time.
See ya.
Thank you for coming, Shadow. Thank you.
Yep. All
Bye.
right. Bye.
Bye, Larry.
Happy Veterans Day, everybody.
Happy Veterans Day. Good night. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. It has been a pleasure. It has been a pleasure. This has been a really relaxed time, and I love these type of shows where we just relax together, enjoy videos, and laugh together. Thank you guys for your patience on the first video. I know it took a while to get there, but you guys stayed with me through it all. And yeah, thank you guys. I have had a blast. My mood has gone up. Thank you. And right, I might be back tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Monday. Monday, I think I'm going to come back because I want to do another video about something else. So anyway, I will see you guys soon. I'm trying to think. There's always something I want to tell you guys, and I always forget. I know it's not that I love you. It was something else. I forgot. Why do I always do this? Because you guys ask me questions in the comments, and I always say I'm going to answer your questions on the next video, and then I forget your questions. Yeah, anyway. One of you guys asked about me being related to the Kardashians, and no. And then somebody asked about you guys asked if I could do you guys wanted me to do another video on another leftist being drunk and pulled over, since the other one is getting popular. Now you guys want me to do it again. I'll find another one and I'll try to get it out to you before it gets popular like this one. So I'll do it again. I'll look around for something that I'll present to you guys. Yeah, until then, I always forget the questions that I need to answer to you guys. I'm so sorry. Maybe I should actually bring up the questions on screen. But anyway, have a great rest of your weekend, guys. I love every Saturday with you guys. It brings my mood up and it makes nights a bit more tolerable for me. So I appreciate it. I think with that, I'll yield my time. Good night, guys.